Okay, good. I'm Vicki Jones with VMA Sports. We're here at the East West Shrine Bowl in Dallas, Texas, where what's going to happen here? Okay, guys, let me be clear. I am not an athlete. Shaun is. And so I'm not a football player. Shaun is, has been played professionally. And so what I'd like for you to do, Shaun, is just tell us, one, who you are. Everyone probably knows Shaun. Forgive me for my naivete, but give us an introduction as to who you are.
My name is Shaun Smith, former NFL defensive lineman. Played 10 years in the NFL. Went undrafted. Played for the Dallas Cowboys for a year and a half. 4 years in Cincinnati, 2.5 in Cleveland, 1.5 in Tennessee, and 2 in Kansas City.
Wow.
So that's basically me. Now that I'm retired, I'm still involved around the game as far as training D linemen for the NFL Combine, preparing for the game and all that. But other than that, just around the game, networking, and continue to be a mentor and tell guys how to make it in the NFL as long as I did, being undrafted playing 10 years.
Wow, wow. Thank you for that. So, what is life like after you've retired? What is that like on a day to day?
The day-to-day for me right now is I run a nonprofit called the Shaun Smith 91 Ways Foundation.
This,
It's
the,
about
we want to get this. The Shaun Smith
91 Ways Foundation.
91 Ways Foundation. Okay.
Our foundation is about childhood literacy. 1 out of 4 kids by the time they reach the 3rd grade can't read or write. So I try to go into schools and tell them everybody wants to be an athlete, but even being an athlete, you got to read. So if you can't read your contract, how are you going to do this and that? So I just try to let them know that there's more than just being an athlete. Try to be a lawyer, doctor, everything. But no matter what you do in life, you got to read and write. If you can't do that, you won't be successful. So that's the biggest thing. That's a part of my day in life besides my kids.
So, what I want to do is share with you guys now. I overheard Shaun at the East West Shrine. I was just getting a drink. He was getting a drink over at the cafe, and I overheard him telling someone, I think it was my husband, whoever it was, he was telling someone about his career. And so I had no clue. This is my first time meeting Shaun here today. And so, literature. For those that do any background on Vicki Jones, I actually own a book publishing company.
It's funny you said that you own a book company, right? And one of my goals for 2025 is write a book, a children's book, to get kids to understand, basically telling my story, but not telling my story, make it fun. And it's funny that you are established and you meet people in different places not expected.
Exactly. And so that's that's this interaction that you're seeing right now. This is a real thing that just really, we literally just call it on camera. What you want people to know in the world through your foundation and through the work that you're doing right now is that there are other careers, or either if you have that career and you go professionally in the sport, that there are other things that you want to also include in the thought process as you go forward with your life. Am I correct?
No, most definitely you have to because you have contracts. When you have a contract, whether when you sign with an agent, you got to be able to read the contract, understand what you're paying. Even when you sign your contract, you want to know how much you're making, what your signing bonus is, and what the criteria of everything is that's going on for you. So if you don't read, you won't learn. People gonna get over. People take advantage of us. Think we don't know. So that's why it's important to read. I always look at people, tell people, well, if you paid your bill late, you read that fine print at the bottom, they put real small, you understand? It's $29.99. You do that, the more you understand and read and educate yourself, you can't always believe what somebody else is going to tell you.
Indeed, right. And so how effective and getting the word out and as your program and your nonprofit and the points that you're making, these facts, instead of relying solely on someone else on that contract, you're understanding what's actually happening, how important it is to read literacy. How effective has it been, and how long have you been in that?
Well,
By the way,
I had my foundation since 2007.
okay, okay, okay.
Book bag drives, food drives, just going into the schools. Even had a reading corner at one point in time where I used to visit the school once a month. A couple of classes come in and read. They pick a book and we'll read and go through it just to get kids excited and to make education fun because my mom used to do it for me when I was running. In order to read, you got to make it fun. So I didn't like reading, so when she started doing it, you like sports. To this day, I remember one of the book report I did on Dave Winfield. And I had to read it for school, and it was just the fact that I can still remember that now at 43 years old. Played Major League Baseball. He could have played Major League Football and basketball. So he's the one, It's a lot of things that people don't understand. When you read, it's knowledge. Why
Right.
not fuel your brain?
Thank you again for speaking with me. It was just like on the spot, and he allowed me to speak with him, and so I appreciate that. But for those who are not totally familiar with the East West Shrine Bowl, there are some great athletes that have, that are celebrated athletes that have made it to the NFL. You made it to the NFL. How impactful and important is this East West Shrine Bowl when it comes to those that are scouting for those players best in college football to want to go to the NFL? How important is this event, this bowl?
I think this game. This is one of the. If, this is probably the second best All Star game because the first best All Star game is the Senior Bowl, which is this week.
Right.
This is the second best All Star game. Then you have the CSG, the Tropical Bowls, and all of them. All All Star games are important because you got NFL personnel in the lobby. I mean, there's traffic, whether it's GMs, head coaches, a lot of people. So this game is always important because as you see the players walking through, you don't ever know who's on the lobby and who's.
Yeah.
So you got to carry yourself. It's a business interview, and that's what this process is. And it's preparing them for the combine and for the draft. The teams need to see what they're getting. So this is a very important game. You got to showcase some more of your talent, playing with the best of the best. And with that being said, if you can do that and produce, hopefully leaving this game and going into the combine and draft that you get drafted. If not, you'd be undrafted like me and still make it find a way in your career. But it's just this is just the first piece and the first step of getting going to your goal of making it to the NFL.
Indeed. So you said, now explain that process: drafted, undrafted.
Drafted, as you know, in the NFL, there's 7 rounds, 252 or 256 picks. And once the draft is over, if you don't get drafted, your name don't get called. Teams will call you in and sign you in as an undrafted free agent. Sometimes you may get a signing bonus, sometimes you may not. I did get a signing bonus. It wasn't that much. I think it was 20,000 I got from the Dallas Cowboys. For me, that was good because I was undrafted, and that means you had at least some type of caliber to.
Okay, so one more thing. Can you share with us where we can find more information on your nonprofit and how people can support?
How people can support? Always donate. But seriously, how you can support? You can donate. My website is www.shaunsmith the number 91ways.com.
Okay.
ShaunSmith91ways.com. My website's on there. It's a donation link. You can click. Boom.
I just want to say this right here. The thing that I appreciate is when I asked you, actually, because I was trying to, exchange some information with someone else, and you patiently waited for me to finish with that, to hurry up and finish with that, so that I could. So I appreciate that you were
One of the
patient.
biggest things I learned, you never know who can help who. And people of color don't help each other enough. They go to the other side before they go to us. Because don't get me wrong, our people do us wrong sometimes. And it's hard to trust us. So, but you was an older woman with your husband and was just, I felt the energy and good energy. You see everybody say to people. And who knows where this is going to go. But
Well, that children's book, I can tell you right now. Throw in the children's book.